Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and I've got two bonus items to cover as far as theme generators go. So the first is Federico Pastor, and this is why I love doing this YouTube channel and posting this type of stuff on LinkedIn and that, is I get to get input from the community and stuff. And so Federico Pastor turned me on to another theme generator. Apparently, it is PowerUI.com. Um, now, this is paid only, and I'm going to get into. I have mixed feelings about this theme generator. I'm just going to put that out there. There's some things that I like about the concept, but there's also some things I really don't like and that I think are kind of sketch. So let's get into it. So the first thing is they have a get started. Well, first thing you notice, they've got some big names up here: Deloitte, Microsoft, Bose, Isuzu, all all household names. I'm not familiar with Fairwind. Maybe they're big. I don't know who they are. But if you go to this get started, this thing poses on, so it's only paid. So you have to pony up at least 108 bucks and to get this thing. That's for one individual license. And then they have a 5 seats, 10 seats. So okay, so that's not great. I mean, I can't try this thing out. The other thing I noticed on this timeline is they're barely a year old, right? And it doesn't look like they really had a lot. They had Power UI is born. I don't know what it was born with. They had some example reports and some theme files. They introduced icons. The theme generator didn't come along until just a couple months ago. And then the ebook came along just a month ago. So I mean, it seems like, okay, how in the world do you get like four of those household names, including Microsoft, right? Uh, Having launched just that short a time frame with what I would call relatively little content up until really just a couple months ago. Um, so and there's so I'll tell you the thing that is sketchy to me about there's no information. There's absolutely no information on here about who is running this site, right? Who is doing this, right? And it's not in the FAQ. You got a hello at powerui.com. You look these people up on GoDaddy. It's privately registered, right, to a GoDaddy in Tempe, Arizona. So it's that none of that makes me. Maybe you're thinking, look, Rick, what does that matter? Well, it does matter. Okay, I want to know who I'm giving my money to, right? If I'm going to sign up and pay for something like PowerBI.tips, I know it's Mike Carlo and Seth, right? I know who I'm giving my money to. If I go out and buy a Deborah's book, right? I know that's where the money is going, and I respect Nick Deborah's position on and his thoughts and insights on visualizations and that sort of thing, right? So it matters to me like who I'm giving my money to, and it just doesn't sit right to me with there's no information about who's running this thing. Um, the resources, like they have a dashboard design ebook. Again, that just came back like a month ago. They've got this roadmap that's out here. They have this visuals reference, which there's not much to this. It just tells you what the visuals are for. A lot of this just seems like word vomit. And I'll get into that more here in a minute. There's some problematic aspects of the blog, like this links to the blog article. This picture links to the blog article. This also says it's a link, but it doesn't link anywhere. It just links to blog hashtag. Same with this, all the title. So it's like, that's kind of, you're telling me this is professional and stunning and all that stuff, but you can't really get your website working very well. So that doesn't sit well. Again, the fact that it's only paid and I can't kick the tires on this thing, I guess. So if you click on this live preview on Power BI, maybe this is what you're getting access to a certain amount or certain degree. So, but a lot of this is just like if you click on colors, check it out. It's like a lot of this is just kind of word vomit. Like, okay, that's I don't care that this is what the hex codes are. The hash, I don't really care about that. They got a color brewer advice for maps. You click on this thing. I don't know how this is advice for maps. Like this just seems like a map visual. And you can pick different colors and stuff like that. But I don't see how this is giving you advice exactly. necessarily. So that's kind of strange. They have the data viz color picker. Like this allows you to kind of pick colors and you can do that. I mean, this doesn't seem light or dark one. I don't think that actually has anything. Copy hex colors, export as SVG. I don't think that the light and dark actually has anything to do with the theme or what you're downloading. I don't think. It doesn't seem to be. Uh, yeah, super fast color palettes generator. So start the generator. It's just coolers. It's just a link to coolers. They have a link to Adobe Color, a link to Peloton, you know, a link to Canva colors, right? This doesn't seem to be adding much value in my opinion. If I'm paying $100 for this, I don't see what I'm getting out of this exactly. This typography, right? It's okay. It's like okay, Calibri is not web safe. Well, it's got problems. Well, what are the problems? Is this just like don't ever use it, or is it like yeah, there's you want to be careful using it? I don't know. But again, it's a lot of word vomit, a lot of detailed information on this stuff that I'm not really certain I care about, to be perfectly honest. So it's more like these are all just kind of more of the same type of stuff. So I don't know what to think about this theme generator, to be quite honest. I can't really score it because without giving it a test drive, right? We'll have to assume it works and that sort of thing, I suppose. All right. So anyway, and I think that the web page just well, my web browser just locked up. Well, it doesn't matter. Now it's time. Now's a good time to move on to the next one. So the next one is I realized that I never really scored ChatGPT. So I figured that I would score ChatGPT on this using the same system that I used for the other ones, right? So the bonus episode, I kind of showed how ChatGPT could generate theme files, did a really good job of it. So I gave it an ease of use, in my opinion, of 4. Right? I think I'm not sure it's quite as easy. There's more typing involved to do Chat GPT than with BIBB, for example. But I gave it a 4. I gave it color picking. I went back and forth on this one. But yeah, like the multimodal would allow you to upload an image and pick colors from that image. You can definitely, like I showed in the example, type in a phrase. So I gave it the same, level as BIBB, right? In terms of flexibility and ease of use for picking colors. It generated a good JSON file and all of that with line breaks and everything. There was no preview, so it scored a 1 there. Upload, this may seem strange, but yeah, I mean, you can paste in an existing theme file. Not as easy as some of the other ones where you just upload it, but you could open up a theme file in Notepad, copy and paste it, or with the multimodal and ChatGPT 4 in that, you could just upload the theme file and tell it to modify it. So I gave it a 4 for upload. It could have given it a 5 maybe. Online editing, it doesn't really do the online editing right, so it's a 1. Comprehensiveness. Now I haven't fully tested this out. Like I tested out a lot of different things and it seemed okay, but it's kind of hard to say it's 100% comprehensive without typing in a prompt that would modify absolutely every setting, which I have not done. So I gave it a middle of the road 3. Saving again, it's you can save it. It's not any better or worse than in the other systems, right? It does record your chats, right, over on the left-hand pane, and you can go back. So I consider that quote unquote saving. So again, middle of the road, and does it work? Gave it a 5, and so it came in just right behind BIBB, which scored the highest, right? So gave ChatGPT 175 points. Now, you may say, okay, does it really matter if it's ChatGPT 4, like the free version versus the paid and all that sort of stuff? And I didn't test all of that stuff out, extensively. But I would say that ChatGPT, is a reasonable theme generator, right? You can use it to create themes. And as we've seen in a previous video, you can also use it to generate custom connectors in Power BI. So a lot of uses for ChatGPT, theme generation being one of them. So, all right, well, that's all I had for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.